Okay. I guess welcome to the second day of Wars Asia Blitz Cup. Today we'll be streaming lower bracket matches. And basically today there'll be two teams eliminated, and we'll also sort of determine which two teams will be going to the second stage of this tournament, which would be 8 teams double elimination once again to determine the other 4 teams, and yada yada yada. I'm pretty sure I explained this yesterday about how this format would go. As usual, I'm still testing out different stuff. The scoreboard that I started the other day is still in development, so actually I should probably state that properly because um, it's something that I've been working on for quite a bit, and hopefully you understood. Hopefully you guys can understand that it's something that has not been finalized just yet. It's just something that's still been testing, under test, and I just don't even have the time to work on it. I'm just been very very busy recently, and so yeah, I try to put some time in, probably after Clown Wars Asia, because I don't see myself having any free time. But anyway, I believe it's almost time. It's now 7:28. We're 2 minutes until the official start time, but we might actually start early. Regardless, this lower bracket rounds would be played on Vignots, Middleburg, and then Faust. That's if we need a tiebreaker. I haven't streamed either of these two teams so far, but looking at just quickly glancing over the stats of the players, it looks like both teams do have some players that can give some hits. It definitely does seem like there's a clear favorites if you just look at the stats. So the first game we'll see on Vignettes might actually probably tell us a lot about how these two teams fare against each other in terms of skill, and in terms of teamwork, and in terms of how the strategic gameplay goes out. But yeah, we're just gonna be waiting on to the first game starting. That being said, we just gotta wait on a light tag so we don't disturb the spawns of the teams. I probably should have done that yesterday as well, but about anything. So we've actually went in already. So yeah, lower bracket, first round. As we're still loading in. Okay. So it appears that both teams are taking their respective caps, A and B. With B going with a very heavy runes play towards sector 1. It feels like I think BB actually gets a clear advantage right here. Yes, they did. It does seem like how do I actually pronounce that name? Doesn't seem like Team Blue it's able to provide much of a resistance to that. I'll call them Team Blue, or the Red Team if they're not blue next time. Anyway, BB is now making a very heavy push onto A cap. They got crossfires onto Radio Angel. Radio Angel is now stuck in a very very sticky situation, where he's actually got out of danger for now, but BB is now still putting out very heavy crossfire pressure, and they push on to Art Intel, and they shoot very soon to claim their first kill on Art Intel. So they'll be working with a very healthy healthy tank advantage, a hit point advantage, and even potentially a cap advantage. Well, they don't have a cap advantage as blue team now is controlling 2 of the caps, which A now is being capped by BB, but they do seem like they want to claim back base B in response of BB's move on A. Right now is a 2 tank advantage for BB as they're looking to shut down the 2 tanks as for the Yo down in the river. They shut down the Yo, and now is IS-4 traded by Cherry Crownwagen, but the IS-4 also going on very soon. It's a tactical victory from BB right here, as they've shown us some really brilliant quick plays onto the A cap, and basically not letting blue team take any chances. Like, there's basically no chance for blue team to sort of have any say in this entire game. So so yeah, congratulations. So good on BB to identify that the A side weakness early on, and actually made a very strong and decisive push onto it, and instantly shutting down a few tanks, and even make them unable to really fight in full capacity in the very early stages of the game as well. So that was a pretty beautiful game from Baby. There's just literally not much the blue team can do in terms of early gameplay, because they lost the early gameplay just by that. So yeah, that was brilliantly played by Baby. Let's take a look at the battle results if we have any. So yeah, as you can see, BB showcased like very nice spread of damage across their entire team. Like everybody in the team contributed very nicely into the damage pool. Like you can see, probably one of the few, only two of the players got dipped down a bit below 70% hit rate, pen rate. But other than that, they all contributed very evenly. But if you look at the blue team side, things aren't that beautiful from that side of the coin. There's one tank doing 0 damage, and then yeah, like things are definitely not beautiful. But like as you can see, they lost really the early game. So there isn't that much they can actually play for. So I presume. Yeah, like, okay. So as we can see, they really went very fast into the A corner play, and that basically sort of sealed the fate of the blue team very early on, as like it was instantly catch them in the crossfire, and basically meant that like a lot of their tanks are really low, and they actually even caught a cap onto our intel, and basically from there on it is just slaughter fest from a BB, as they just keep, you know, asserting dominance onto asserting their dominance. And yeah, like there's really not much the other team can do in this case, like but just, you know, figure out what they can do next game, to be honest. So we're 1-0 up for BB. We're going back to Vineyards once again. But hopefully this time the blue team, if they're still the blue team, can find out ways to, you know, sort of counter that that very strong aggression early on. So it seems like blue team this time would get a slight cap advantage, as they're very quick into going into the cap. But this time BB looks like they're going for a very quick rush, They're catching the Yo's out off guard. The Yo is actually in very vulnerable position right now. He's unloading his clip, his free shot clip, but he's actually gonna be shut down very quickly as he doesn't have reactive armor. He's gonna be shut down very quickly. One more shot will do it. But BB's guys are starting to bounce off the Yo. Now they finished it. But that cost them quite a bit of health. And Inferior Nup is getting pushed right now. He's now one shot as well. So that's just gonna be a very easy trade from a blue team to secure, as BB now looks like they now actually secure a pretty nice hit point advantage, but they're now in a very dangerous crossfire as they lost another tank in the form of another E5. So that puts them into a very close call in terms of hit points, and they really want to take out Myth Stargazer as he's gonna be dishing out 560 bombs all over the place. Navy Valve definitely felt that in the backside, and he's now down to one shot as well, as BB now descends into a hit point disadvantage. So they're now playing with point disadvantage, and they still haven't not taken care of Myth Stargazers of any tank since the first tank, since the Yo. So they need their mediums help. They finally take down the Sheridan, but now this player unknown that's getting focused, that he will soon go down. It's only a 2-shot. He will go down as well. Traded Radio Demon. But the hit point advantage is strongly in the favor of blue team. Dropping the ball there quite a bit with the focus fire. They got art intel down, but at the same time they also got B cap. So the cap point now goes in the favor of BB. But the other fights does not go in favor of them. Sun would have to try to go into the fight. He has been sitting out in the fight for way too long and not contributing to the fight. In the early stage of the game, he should have been targeting the Sheridan, because that did not happen. Now even bounce a shot, that really does not help in this situation in terms of winning the game. So definitely dropping the ball right there a bit, and getting into a crossfire that they can't break through. It's something that they should have actually find ways to fix. That basically bought way for the blue team to come back into the game. As now the T22 gets shut down, and the score is now tied 1-1. As we can see this time around, we got the players, like, the games are actually a bit closer this time around, but it's still really the mid round that decided most of the stuff. I wouldn't say it's a total domination for the blue team here, but like it's just BB dropping the ball there right a bit. The T22 farmed quite a lot in 4.3k damage, but he bounced quite a few shots here and there. Like, I feel like he was the main reason, well, part of the reason why Baby lost that game, as he was very inactive in the early stage. He was only really active in the later stage of the game, where he started farming more of the mobility of enemy. Myth Stargaze was basically uncontested in the open, and you can see he did 2.9k damage and landed all 5 shots. Imagine if he was shut down slightly earlier. That would have actually been very helpful in terms of shutting down crossfire and mobility in blue team's in BB's favor. So you can actually imagine how much that actually played into the hands of like played against the hands of BB. So that was really something that they should have really seen coming. But that early push onto Yo was really nice. It was just sad that after that they were all stuck in the crossfire. They did think 1 step ahead, but they didn't think 2 steps ahead. So they basically that in itself just basically meant that they were stuck in the crossfire, and that health advantage they got in the early game slowly whittled down because the Sheridan was not taken care of. He basically landed 5 shots without being contested at all. Like, as you can see, he doesn't even take any damage doing so. So that was really a lot of liberties being given by BB's side of things. And it was, I would say it's just basically getting neglected so much that basically meant that, like, even Navy Valve, look at Navy Valve, that cost him a lot of damage, because remember, Navy Valve in the end only did like 1 shot worth of damage, right? So imagine if he had done just that slightly more, just because the Sheridan wasn't there. that would have turned the games right on its head. So like that was, I would say that was quite a drop of the ball in terms of BB side. But now we go into Middleburg. BB obviously taking a slightly heavier lineup um, um, than the blue team does. With them having a Yo and a 50B, which is pretty light in my terms. They also bring a Mouser, but they don't have any medium tank. So that would be a bit tricky for them to take C-side mobility. So as we can see, they're actually taking A B-side mobility as I thought. But they gotta have one tank spawn up there. That would be Yo. And that shouldn't deter them from contesting A early on, as Saragenko now trying to lock down the A corridor, but Akatsuki Mi, it's also locking down the A corridor for BB side, so they weren't able to contest B cap, and now they're in cap deficit, as BB are now able to sort of back out of town and still able to defend A relatively safe. But player unknown has to be careful as he's now getting pushed by multiple tanks, so BB now has to make a play. And this doesn't look like he has reactive armor, so he's now taking all the damage without actually staying alive. So now, blue team now gets a point advantage and cap advantage as well, as they're also trying to get A. But our intel is now taking a bit of hits. BB shots are not connecting at all. They need to connect more shots and actually start deleting tanks that are capping A cap. Otherwise, the cap point will now go in the blue team's favor. And things are not looking amazing for BB, and this is actually gonna get even worse as blue team now takes the A cap practically for free. BB let their E5 stayed in town and let him farm to death. Instantly got pushed to death, and there was literally no respawn from BB side. They weren't able to respond in time. They even bounced a few shots while responding to it, and now they have to face the consequences of losing in a cap deficit, and they are now being forced in a position that they have to react to the move, and also the tank deficit as well. So this is definitely in a very, very dire situation, and now blue team will just lock down city, and I would argue even then they're actually now being a bit too aggressive. Saragenko taking a bit of hits here and there. You want to be careful because every hit point you lose right now is a bit more hit points that you cannot use in the later game. So now BB now pushing down into the city. They want to crack out this defense of blue team ASAP because cap is now ticking very, very quickly, almost 800 cap points in the favor of blue team. BB wants to step onto that A cap while killing these tanks. The bounces are not helping at all. They need to start killing those tanks without spouting anymore. Otherwise, Mid Stargazers in the Master Stargazer showed up suck up hit points as well. Vishal, as for, goes down 2.3k hit points in the focus fire. Sun in the light tank also goes into one shot. Where is he? He needs to be careful. He cannot go down at this stage. If he goes down, this game will certainly be the blue team's. Radio Angels now try to chase for him in the 50B. This chase will surely determine the fate of BB's Middleburg game. He does get taken down. This does get traded in the form of art intel going down, but there's no more low health tanks in blue team's side, and surely this would be a blue team's win, as I don't think they were able to take down the I-7 quick enough, and even if they would able to do it, they won't be able to take down Nick's tank quick enough, and in Fury up does get take down, and that will be blue team's win. It will be 2-1 in their favor, and now they're going into that'll be their match point. As we can see, this game, like blue team used their total heavy advantage, and as we can see, there's two players from BB side, the player unknown, the E5 that got caught, and Sun in the Vickers, both of them not contributing enough to the team. With I would say BB did not use their mobility effective enough in this situation to make a difference for their own team, and that really showed on like that really showed on that side that they did not make enough like they have the mobility, but they forced cap AC and they left their E5 just basically as a free bait that they didn't even react on, and as you can see, the players weren't hitting their shots that much as well compared to the blue team. it's all really obvious, like how BB basically didn't single-handedly through that game, but basically sort of gifted that game, sort of for free, I would say. Um, but it's very very obvious that how the game went into like BB's disadvantage very early on, as like as we can see, like it wasn't even 1 minute into the game and they re-established the counter advantage because they caught the E5 off guard, and the E5 didn't have reactive armor. That made it even worse because that meant he basically was going to go down in within seconds. Like that was not even 10 seconds before he went down. So he started contact at 6:20. He went down at 6:08. That's like 13 seconds and E5's down. Like there's really nothing you can do about that. And bouncing the shots on the tanks capping A didn't help that either. So basically from there on in, it's just blue team locking down City and forcing BB to push back in. And yeah, you just really have to accept your loss at that point and pack up and go to the next game, because it really is BB dropping the ball right there, letting the E5 getting caught. As we go back in to Millwall once more again, it's now match point for blue team. As we can see, they've once again brought a very very heavy lineup. They're going to full City, so Sun in the Vickers should have full liberties at C-cap. This time he should also gain C-cap a lot earlier and potentially exploit a bit of the gap on blue team's I would say spawn side, because they're actually leaving their spawn fully empty at this stage, and BB wants to be avoiding to make the same mistake of leaving their E5 in the town once again. So this time they're still a bit smarter in their ways, but it will still have to all depend on whether in this time inferior Nup was the one that's being left in town instead. So he would now get rushed by multiple tanks, probably not 7, but definitely multiple tanks in probably 3 tanks for now. But it seems like blue team is now being bled a bit, trying to rush inferior Nup, and they're definitely getting punished for it. So that's definitely a good sign for BB this time around. But they want to make sure that they pen more shots this time around, because now they're now in the position that they have to push back again. But Sun and the Vickers are going very aggressive. So he's actually gonna get caught. He might actually go down as well, as he's gonna be shut down by, he's gonna go into one shot. He's actually gonna get shut down very quick. He does get shut down, and once again BB is now working with a tank disadvantage. That was a really bad play from the Vickers line, as that basically gives blue team free blue team of worries, as they have to worry about the light tank anymore. When I say taking liberties, it's not just throwing a tank away. He's just basically threw his tank away by doing that. Like that was not what you're meant to do as a light tank. You're meant to stay alive as long as you can. But now BB is now making a very heavy push onto the town. But it does seem like they're losing momentum bit by bit. They need to keep pushing. They can't sit in the middle of nowhere. They need to take down I7 quick. They need to keep moving, as they're now in a tank disadvantage still, and they're now being blocked by a mouse. They can't just sit there. They need to keep moving, guys. You guys need to actually move in and start killing the tanks. You guys can't be spraying your focus fire, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're 3 tanks down, and it does seem like blue team is now going to take their 3rd point of the match. It's now 20 points left, 50 points left. And it does seem like blue team will be taking this game home, and they'll be the ones advancing in favor over BB. I really need to find a way to pronounce their name properly, otherwise I will be keep calling them blue team or red team. But yeah, congratulations. It was a 3-1. I wouldn't say a sweep, but it might as well be a sweep. It was a really nice matchup. I would say probably more of BB dropping the ball there, as once again it's their Vickers not being active enough in the fight, or rather being way too involved in the fight, that basically meant that he threw the game away by just basically gifting a free tank for the enemy. Like look at him. He was the only tank that did less than 1k damage. Like, as a light tank, your job is not to do damage, but you're not meant to be the first tank to die as well. That was basically a big game changer, because that meant the enemies didn't have to worry about their backs, just because there was no more medium tank in their back trying to be annoying. So that in itself was a game changer. So even the radio demon did 0 damage. Like, that was basically enough, because like the lack of mobility meant that uh blue team can just sit there and not even worry a single bit about their back on or their surroundings, and it's really unfortunate that it happened that way. Um, that was basically a bit of a throw, I would say. So we can now take a look at the replay. So at this stage, I feel like the Vickers did the right job by patrolling, by being going to sea very early on. But after that, like, look at the mini map. Yes, all 7 tanks of the enemies are spotted, but he went way too deep. Like, certainly way beyond where he's meant to be at. And once he got spotted, he instantly was identified as a, like, even though he was full health, he instantly gets focused by the enemy team, because blue team recognizes that as a very potential advantage coming into their way if they can kill that quickly, and they do capitalize on that. So once that happened, like, rest was basically history, because all that meant was BB was only pushing from a single direction, and there was no crossfire going on from them, and even them pushing it, they were losing momentum and not going all the way. That basically meant that their team was stuck in a choke point. They were not breaking through the choke point. They're not getting crossfires in. Their tanks not even getting their sides easier to shoot, and they're getting all focus fire from different angles and they're not getting blocked, getting focus fire by a pretty solid team, and there's really no way you can get out of that in any shape or form. And really that was really beautifully done by you know, that was really nicely done. By a blue team, as like, that was really nice, I would just say. So our next matchup should be this team, the blue team right here, potentially versus I think it was E4D, perhaps. I could be wrong. I need to check. Give it a check. It would be not E4D, but against. Was it E4D? It's actually E4D. No, not E4D. Then I'll have to take a look then. So it would be E4D. Yes, indeed, it is E4D against which team? Ours versus 9V. So who win against versus ours versus 9D? So there was no result for that just yet. So we just gotta wait for a result, I guess. So Iris versus E4D still have no result just yet. but we'll probably take a small peek into how things are looking in there. Uh, so apparently it's 2-2 currently in tiebreaker. Um, so things are looking pretty even right there. But we just gotta wait onto our result. I'm not gonna ensure, not gonna be sitting right in the room waiting for a result. So we have a bit of time to chill. I'm just gonna have a small word break, and then we'll be probably be back for a bit. So it does seem like 9v1 the second win the other round. So it'll be 9v versus e4d. Indeed. Um. So yeah. Things should go on in 30 minutes. So I'll probably play some random battles as we wait for the games to start. Um. So hopefully, yeah, things will look alright. So we can play a bit of game as we go in. Yeah, this does sound a bit weird today, for some reason. Not sure why it does sound weird. Okay, better. You probably play this in random battles. Have you ever played it? I did play one yesterday. I haven't played it since then, so let's go for some random battles. It should be probably pretty nice.
Let's go.
Oh no, they're losing that side. And not by little anyway. There's not much I can do. Even inside we're losing hit points. Why?
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is hit. The driver's injured. Track hit. Enemy hit.
What
Penetration.
was that?
We've had it.
Eh.
Everybody out.
Why is the team just dropping like flies anyway? Why? Literally, why? I literally can't do anything about it when the team drops us way too late. Eh. That was sad. That was a bit sad. I can't do anything when the team just do 0 damage when you are literally already in one shot worth of damage only. Like, what the hell? There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do.
Let's go.
I'm guessing this for free then?
Enemy hit. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Indeed, it's for free. Oh, so he was there the entire time. I did not see him. Good to know then. Good to know then. I will be chasing for you. So you can go in the open and then you get shot.
Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration. Enemy
Yo!
armor destroyed.
Come on, T3, don't run. I want to play with you, man. I want to play with you. Well, more like I just want to shoot you, but yeah.
Enemy armor is hit.
Come on. Yes, boy. Yes, boy. Don't run. Start running. Start running. I will command you to start running. And don't shoot me as well,
One of our tracks is
because
damaged.
that's illegal. Don't shoot my team. Don't shoot my enemy. It's illegal as well. Oh well. Okay, that was a really bad shot. There we go.
Gotcha.
That would be 2.7. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. 2.8. Yeah. Acceptable, I would guess. Acceptable. I'd say acceptable. Acceptable. What have I got? These avatars, eh? Nothing really significant.
Let's go.
You know, actually, it's a bit buggy still. As you can see, the black lines of the yo. Like, if you see the box, you can see a black lines on the yo. It's clearly a bit well, not buggy, but like just a bit glitchy. That's all. Yo, man, what are you doing? You're not meant to be doing this. You're not meant to be doing this.
Penetration.
You're not meant to be doing this. No matter what happens, you're not meant to be doing that. Look, my tank is covered in snow already. What's the other T-49 doing? What's our M4 AMX doing as well? I want to know. It's very, very cute from our team. From this entire game is pretty cute, I guess. Why is enemy still stuck down there, not moving at all? What the hell? I guess we'll get 2 free shots onto them. I have to think of a way to get out first, because I'm actually be stuck here 1 versus 3 if I'm not be careful.
Enemy hit.
Well, you can only go back, you can't go forward. So I guess what we'll do is I will kill the ISU, ignore the Luva. So unlock that part of the map,
Enemy armor is damaged. Gotcha.
and then I'll face the Luva or something like that. I'm not getting backstabbed, so that's a good thing. It's always good to know that you're not getting backstabbed. You know, I'll let the team deal with those two. I'll deal with this STI. He's not the more dangerous, he's the more healthy guy, that's all.
hit.
I don't believe I'm gonna get any more damage done this game, as you just gotta get killed like that. Might be one more shot. Might be one more shot. Could be one more shot.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Or even another one more. Bro, two more shots. Nice. That is actually unexpected. Genuinely did not see that coming. Still a first class. I'll take that. So we're 10 minutes away from the actual next game. I think I might stop there, even though I'm having so much fun, actually. Except the first game, honestly. The first game was a disaster. But yeah, I'm actually having some fun. That was actually nice fun. Decent fun, I would say. Decent fun. Not bad. Not the best either. But yeah. Pretty nice, I'd say. The room's up. The room, it's up already. So I'll switch it back to PC. And I'll be streaming from there. Pop, pop. Wait, not this one. Open the wrong Blitz. The Steam, not the Steam version. I want the Windows version. Because that's where I stream from. Good. Good, 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 good. Good to have it like that. So I do get invited to the room. I'm just be readying up. So I'll be going against. We'll be watching E4D versus 9V. This will be determining who will be the last team to enter the second stage, or the last four teams. If we're considering all the four groups. But yes, we'll be considering which teams will be entering the second stage. This will determine it all. And tomorrow will be the grand finals of this stage. So it'll be the finals of this stage. So that'll be more of a bonus round. So it wouldn't be as well, probably for seeding as well, but it wouldn't be that amazingly important as to qualifying for the games or not. You know. apparently, just then 9V did 3-2 against Iris, which is the other team in this tournament. Um, that basically earned them the spot in this specific matchup against E4D. But as we all know, E4D is actually pretty, I would say, well-known team or clan. While 9V obviously is not as well-known. I probably only heard it probably not much in recent times, but apparently they're a pretty new team to touch the tournament scene. So I wouldn't be surprised if not many players actually heard of them, or even the first time hearing them into this tournament. So I'm interested to see how they will fare in this tournament, because it's always going to be proving grounds for new teams in this situation, to see how they fare against better teams. Um, but currently looking, they're looking, I would say, alright. They wouldn't really look. But honestly, like, ours isn't like the best team in the pool either. So you gotta be looking at very very limited matchups, to try to determine which team is better. And honestly, at this stage, I would just say probably just watch the match instead. Because that would tell me actually even a lot more than trying to guess um which teams uh like trying to guess um what's happening, like which team would come on top, like you know so we'll be waiting for both teams, pairs that they have not showed up as yet. uh there we go. Finally started getting. So that proves. So now we just gotta be waiting for E4D, which would be slightly interesting if they don't show up. So it seems like both teams are about to be ready. Um, but yeah, like um, things are looking interesting. So we're watching 9V vs E4D, and the game would be starting on Yukon, going to Winter Malinov as the second map, and Alpenstadt if we actually need a tiebreaker map. Um, we might see the Yo once again today. But it does not seem like 9V is going to take unless 9 boosters go settle with that tank. I don't know. Let's not speculate anymore for now. Let's just wait until both teams are ready up and we'll get the game going. As that will be the easiest way to get this commentating going, and there'll be less guessing as well. Who is this guy? Huh. Interesting. So, we're just going to be waiting for the last few tanks to be ready up, but it seems like E4D does want to take a very heavy lineup. Not too sure just yet still. It could be up for a change in the last second, but does not seem likely at this stage. We're up. We should be into the game very very soon, as it's already 8:30. So yeah, we're just gonna be waiting for the teams to ready up, and then we'll just go straight in. So E4D's fully readied up with 5 mouses. 9V is also really readied up in the Strange Lab as well, but we'll start commenting as we go in. So it does seem like both teams are taking funny lineups, and it's there's only one way I can put it: funny lineups altogether. Like, there's really no much more I can put it other than that. So 9V with quadruple crime valiants, 1 Yo, 1 mouse, and 1 Vickers light, and E4D with quintuple mouse, 1, 2, and 5B, and 1 Vickers light. This is some next level number. Actually, both teams have very very close hit points. This might be down to the crime wagons, and that might actually be like a lot. That's actually surprising to see both teams at very close hit points. It's only slight advantage in favor of E4D. So it's really down to whether 9V is able to unleash sort of that clip potential of the Crown Wagons and the Yo, and all at the same time stopping Mouses from crushing them side by side, making them M5 Yo. So it's really all down to both teams doing their job properly, but it doesn't seem like E4D is in any rush to be like going any caps, as they're now in the cap disadvantage, but they're slowly pushing into into C cap, and pushing into 9 Blackie. Caffeine Less is now pushing forward. Complex Mind is also pushing past. So they now have a full crossfire onto 9 Blackie, and Evil Boost is also going very very low, as it will be going down very very shortly as he goes down right now. So that will be a slight hit point advantage for E4D, but it's not that much really, considering they have that many mouses. So they're now trying to 9V is now taking down Mama in 25B. That would give them slight hit point, still a slight hit point disadvantage, but they're now getting the third cap of their game. So things would look pretty nice for them if they will get the third cap without taking too much damage. But Tommy and Complex Mine will be pushing into the B cap in order to sort of also Caffeine Mine as well. Will be pushing onto the B cap, trying to catch a Crown Dragon and Victor Slide off guard. But Navi is now setting up a very beautiful crossfire onto these triple mouses, hoping to bleed them up very quickly and take them out as soon as possible. And this is actually very beautiful, no matter how you put it. But it's like, it does look like things are not looking that well for E4D, as their hit points slowly bit down. Same for 9V though. At this stage, I feel like it's which team has the better focus fire will win them the game. Even though E4D now start to cap back the base, they're now one tank down and also a significant amount of cap points down as well. So it will be down to the heroics of their masters focus firing in order to win in the game. So Thunders will have to stay alive as long as possible. 9 Blackie goes down, so the cap points now start relieved in pressure. But E4D's Vickers will need to lift a bit heavier as Papa now goes down, and the cap point now goes back a bit more in favor of 9V. Vickers Light would definitely can't afford to go down at this stage, as it will bring even more mobility, give 9V a bit more, even more mobility advantage, and even bigger cap point advantage as Intel now caps back B. So now Navi gets back 3 caps again. Things looking very dire. Now it's a 1-for-1 trade in Vickers and Crown Dragon, so the hit point advantage is now strongly in favor of 9V. This is now 9V's game to lose, and 9V now picked up Caffeine Less, is only 2 points away from winning, and they indeed take the game away, and this will be 1-0 in favor of 9V. Not gonna lie, I feel like the tank composition of E4D actually betrayed them a bit, because the hit point advantage wasn't actually in the favor of them at all. If we actually look at the damages, like it would both teams had to shoot for a lot of hit points, 18k to be exact. Exactly because the Crown Dragons actually has a lot of hit points to play with. So look at the 9V side, but all the players actually has a pretty high pen rate despite them all facing mouses. So that's actually a good thing to see, because like you see the 3 top damage, they all have like 70 plus pen hit ratio. Like that's a really good thing you want to see, even from the bottom damages. They have an 80% hit rate, 100% hit rate. Like it's a good thing to see. On the other hand, on E4D's side, the damage is still pretty even as well, but like getting Mama getting caught very early on, that probably play a bit into the later game, as that was a DPM tank for E4D, getting taken down very early on. So it probably wasn't that favorable for E4D to have their mouse being taken down that early on. Not the mouse, but the 2 and 5 being taken down early on. So like let's look at the hit point. The hit point is actually very close. It was only 700 in the favor of E4D. So things was actually I would say it actually favored 9V a bit more, because they got a bit more mobility. And the Crown Dragons basically, they picked up Mama virtually for free. So even though they lost Evo Boost, that trade of DPM, a high DPM trade versus low PD, so to high DPM kill for a low DPM tank, that works out any time of the day. So like that basically helped 9V tons, because missing a 25 meant that E4D wasn't able to keep pummeling with that DPM or with that mobility of the 2 and 5B into 9V, and that basically helped E4D 9V in the long run, because that meant the Crown Dragon stayed a bit longer and was able to hold their ground a bit longer. And as you can see, even till the end, the hit point was very neck and neck. So imagine if E4D had that 2 and 5B left alive in the end, that would actually change a lot in the end game. So yeah, things were looking very close in the mid rounds. Even they took down the 2 and 5B. So if the 2 and 5 was alive, things would look very different. So now we go back into the second game of Yukon. both teams taking now a bit more standard approach of lineups. Double mouse from E4D side, 1 Crown Wagon, double E5, 1 IS4, 1 Vickers, and E4 9V taking triple IS4, 1 Crown Wagon, 1 M6 Yo, 1 mouse and 1 Vickers Light. This definitely certainly look a lot more standard than the last games both teams are taking, and hit points does look a lot closer as well. As 9V is now taking C cap slightly earlier than E4D. Doesn't seem like E4D is close enough just yet. They will take a C cap, but that would probably give them, I would say, 10 to 20 cap points disadvantage. Looking at it currently, probably even 30, depending on whether probably 10 or 20, 10 or 20, 15 to be exact. But it shouldn't be much of an issue, as that's really gonna be easily flipped over if they get a small cap stop. But Mama's not getting into himself a very tricky situation, as he's getting deeper into, I would say, a sticky situation. He's gotta be getting focused. Same for the IS4 on the other side, so it's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade, very likely. But Tommy in the mouse is throwing a spanner in the works. He's also throwing the Crown Wagon into low health. So, looking at the situation now, Na'Vi got 9 tanks being in a strange situation, while E4D only has 1. So it would likely to be a hit point advantage on E4D's side, as it is right now. And Na'Vi need to really go in and push in for the kill and not block their teammates for it. This will actually cost them a lot of time. Even bouncing off the side of Mama's staying alive very, very long. So not even boost as still staying alive. That would be 2 tank advantage for E4D even managed to convert onto the Crown Wagon as well. So it's very, very dire looking from 9v3. It's definitely a 2 tank. It's now a 2 tank advantage going into E4D's favor. So things are looking very, very dire, and Dynaford is now being focused as well. He's gonna go down very, very soon. That's gonna be a 3 tank advantage in no time. So even though 9v gets the early cap, that's not helping them in the long run because they weren't able to convert the early trade. Like, Mama stay alive for way too long, in every shape or form, and Blackie now is going down, and even the mouse is going down that quickly. So they're even losing a mouse. That's gonna be E4D's game for sure. Like, this is definitely way more dominant from E4D's side. And yeah, it's only the Vickers left. What can you actually even do? Like, there's nothing you can actually do. There's nothing you can do as a Vickers at this situation. 1 versus 6. You only got 1 tank worth defense to work with, but you gotta deal with 9 tank. You gotta deal with 6 tanks, and you gotta get spotted as well, and you gotta get identified and pushed out very, very quickly. Like, yeah, you can't. There's no way. There's not really much way you can really live, and survive and really win this game. Like, yeah, you can stretch out the time a bit longer, but the most you can really do is just to reflect on your mistakes and move on. There's no way he can win this game right now. So certainly he's down. That was a really, really nice game for E4D, showcasing what they can actually do if they were not taking 5 mouses. So looking at the scoreboard this time, both teams are a bit more, like, it's definitely a lot more towards E4D's side. As you can see, there was 1, 2, 3 tanks in 9V side doing less than 1k damage, and looking at also the pen rate of 9 Thunders was actually not that well as well. So looking at E4D side, everybody have a very high pen rate in this side, and everybody contributing very heavily to the game. As we can see, like, it was definitely a very, very, very decisive victory for E4D. Like, it was really not. It was not E4D's game any time of the day. And like, yeah, like, even though they had kept this advantage, Mama getting caught was alright. Like, that actually took 9V a longer time than expected to take down Mama, while E4D actually got 2 attacks down to low health. high up, and then the Kranwagen, as we can see in the middle of the screen right now. So 2 tanks low is versus 1. That will always gonna be E4D on top of the traits entire time. As you can see at this stage, even the hit point advantage is already 4K in the favor of E4D. And from there on, it's just basically solid as just E4D showcasing their amazing focus fire and taking down tanks very quickly. 9 Thunders going down very quickly. And yeah, like it was just beautiful focus fire and sort of 9v dropping the ball there, I reckon, a bit. Like, there should be no way it should be allowed, like, to be this one-sided unless you're dropping the ball that heavily. So now that games are tied 1-1, so it seems like E4D is now swapping players, or something along the lines of that. So Conflict Mine is coming back in, so that would be a good thing. So now going to Muttermauernovka. 9v is still taking Yo and double Kranwagen. The free clipper setup, that's still gonna be a lot depending on where, like, if Evoni's gonna show us the same focus fire as we see last round, it's gonna be very hard for 9v to try to capitalize on this. No doubt. So it seems like 9v is trying to go for the more of a C-side setup, while E4D is going for more of an AB setup, as we can see from the Kranwagens setting up, watching the ramp, and IS-4 going very deep, spotting intel. It's really all showing the enemy that they want to take AB control, and now EvoD is already capping A, even before 9v is able to step into C, and Papa is also going to B as well. So if things goes well as it is, E4D would get a 2 cap advantage before in no time. But the mouse is now pushing in. It'll be 1-1 trade, and also stopping the cap. Papa's now going to be in a bit of a dire situation as he's stuck being the crossfire. He'll definitely want to either get out of this cap, or actually he can even still cap, depending on how he's getting shot at. But things are definitely not looking easy for him in this stage. But at the same time, E4D looks like they're making a very heavy push. Caffeine Less is actually pushing very deep. This might have a slight, this might have some complications going into this game, as he's gonna get double tapped by double Kranwagens. This will be a bit of a sticky situation for him. So Tommy's now forced to push in. 9 Thunders hiding up. Evo Boost is gonna be pushing in as well. So this might actually be ending up as a 2 tank advantage for 9v, as E4D is clearly strapped onto this fight right here. So even though they have a tank advantage, clear tank advantage, it's actually costing them a lot to participate in this fight, and they're definitely not making the most out of this fight just yet. They're losing mobility over it as well. So this is definitely not a win for them, as Intel is now gonna be wreaking havoc as the only mobility on the field. LGBT is gonna go down very soon in the IS-4, as Evo Boost turning his gun to him as well. He goes down. It's a very dire situation for E4D. As we can see, hit point advantage going in the favor of 9v. Cap point situation also going in favor of 9D. Tank in 9v's favor as well. Caffeine Let's go down as well. That's going to extend 9v's lead a bit more. The traded by Evo Boosto is going to be 4 versus 3. It's still in favor of 9v, but E4D is not going to be having to crawl their way back into it. The T22 now is still alive, but I don't think they can do much of this lineup with what is remaining. That's to kill Vickers Light to stop him from wreaking havoc anymore. He's going to be taking the A cap. So that's what going to be the T22 trying to chase him for. what Intel's gonna do is right now he's just gonna be buying time. He's not gonna be in the fight. So pulling T22 out of the fight, making this 2 versus 2 even more dire for E4D. Tommy's gonna go down very very soon. He does go down. It's now Mama 1 versus 3 in this flank, and he's not gonna win this any time of the day. So this game is likely gonna go into 9V's way, as E4D is trapped way too deep into this fight from start to finish, and that basically proved to be a very very strange situation for E4D to find themselves in. And yeah, like it's something that you can't really prepare for your team. If your team decides to take that fight that deeply, yeah, you definitely get regret about that, like for sure. Especially having Kathleen Less. Remember that Kathleen Less was very very deep into the fight, and that basically was a warning sign that if your tank was that deep, once he gets caught, your entire team either has to force to be strapped into the fight, or you have to basically suffer a one tank disadvantage. And couple that with Papa and the mouse getting caught in B cap, creating crossfire in B cap, that was basically disaster formula for E4D to be finding themselves in, and it was definitely not fun for E4D in any way, shape, or form. So it was very nicely played for 9V, but you can't help but think that it was E4D dropping the ball right there. Like it was definitely E4D dropping the ball right there, letting 2 tanks in 2 different flanks, dropping into crossfires and into getting push situations. It was not beautiful in any shape or form. So yeah, as we can see, like I think this game is not really about pen rate or not. As we can see, E4D penned most of their shots. Only Papa and the mouse dropping a bit of things, but like Papa and Caffeine Less getting caught. Even Caffeine Less got a lot of damage off. Him getting dropped so early meant that their entire team was strapped onto the fight, and as we can see, it was basically it was basically chaos in that moment. And 9V strives came out on top of that situation, and that's really basically the gist of it. Like in that situation, like having Papa getting focused, like he was really deep and lost a lot of hit points because 9V took a lot of control into CB, B and C side. And having Caffeine less that deep, even though he did a lot of damage, meant that he basically, strapped the entire E4D team into taking that fight. Because if the E4D didn't take that fight, Caffeine less would have died for free, and he would have done that much damage. So Tommy had to went that deep in order to even help his teammate to help heighten up, and even the medium was forced into the fight as well. So that's what I meant by strapping your team into the fight. You have to go that deep, committed into the fight, and lose 1 mobility in order to trade equal amounts of tanks. That was not gonna worth it any time of the day. So in the end, 9V came out on top, like just virtually by having that 1 tank mouse getting caught and forcing E4D into this fight right here, and not letting them back out of it and making them pay for that mistake as well. So in the end, it was just 9V able to identify that okay, there was this mistake being made by E4D, so he's gonna capitalize on it and punish E4D for making such a silly mistake. So now we'll be going back into Minter Malinovka once again. Swap spawns. Both teams seems to be using a similar lineup as they did. From 9V taking 1 more Crown Dragon, if I remember correctly. This time E4D taking a bit more of a creative lineup in the form of double 50Bs. Not sure if this will help them or not, but yeah, not sure if this is gonna help them or not, because I don't believe the lineup was the issue. It was just their team getting strapped onto fights that they're not supposed to take. That was the issue. So they'll be taking a C side stand this time. So things will turn a bit like Navi's gonna get a cap advantage. Doesn't seem like E4D wants to get any caps just yet. They're asked for to go get the caps instead though. So they will have again probably 20 around 20 points of captain's advantage. But 9V's already rotated back. And I want to mention this as well. This would be 9V's match point. So if 9V wins this, they will be down. They will be into the next round. So E4D needs to win this round if they want to stay. If they want to stay in the tournament by any means. So 9V's already pretty set up in this side of the map, ready to counter any of E4D's aggression coming from C side. Either way, E4D doesn't seem like they have any solutions for the issue at hand, as Na'Vi taking very spread out stance, going everybody in the front line, but they cover the most ground possible. You can see it's basically a straight line all across the map, covering different venues for E4D to come back in case E4D wants to make one side push. They would easily be spotted, and also Na'Vi is able to capitalize on it. But it seems like Na'Vi is already making a move for it before E4D is even doing anything. So that might actually catch E4D off guard. But Na'Vi is not looking at the correct side, so he might take a little bit punish for making that move. But not sure if E4D is ready to be there to counter push. No, they're actually letting Na'Vi do his job, and E4D is now scrambling to make a last ditch push onto a 9 Blackie in the middle. So 9 Blackie's gonna get caught in the middle, in the rotation. And it's going to be very messy in this situation, as E4D is now strapped into 2 different fights in 2 different flanks once again. But it does seem like they are not losing that many hit points at start. So it wouldn't be that bad for them, but they're definitely in a disadvantage at C side as Tommy goes down. Now Caffeine Lessons is now being focused. He's now at half health. He's going to surely go down within very soon, but he chased down Thunders before he goes down. He does go down eventually. So 9 Blackie also got a 2-4-2 trade in different flanks, but they have to take down the mouse. E4D wants to take down the mouse very quickly. They want to win this match, and also take B cap as well, obviously. So LGP's now main mission here is to stay alive as long as possible, but he's now getting pummeled from very different angles. So that's gonna make his life very difficult. So even though E4D now has a hit point advantage and a cap advantage as well, LGP is gonna go down very soon. That will even out the scores surely, and possibly even put 9V back into the advantage for a bit. So Complex Man now step into C cap. They have 9Vs all forces trapped into a corner, but it doesn't seem like their 50Vs are really ready to farm off if Complex Mind to be pushed. So Complex Mind has to be played very carefully, because he doesn't want to trap their team into another fight yet again. But now they have 3 caps, they can slightly react a bit, but Complex Mind is now being focused, being crossfired. He's gonna go down very soon. He's bound 2 shot though. He's definitely want to bounce a bit more shots, because E4D weren't able to farm out Complex Mind. Complex Mind now gonna be shut down very soon. It's just now E4D is able to farm off him, but he's gonna go down very soon. He doesn't go down. Evil Boost misses the shot. Vickers Intel Vickers finally takes him down. Mama goes down as well. In a 2v4, there's a lot of attacks in 9V's side. Intel Vickers and E4D want to get as many kills as possible. Papa also want to get a few shots in as well. There's only 70 points for E4D to win it, but Papa takes a lot of HP damage from the side. But he cannot afford to bounce those shots. He needs to take that high up. He bounces another shot. He goes down as well. It's 900 versus 915 points up. Now Vickers now strapped onto a 1 versus 3. He needs to survive. He needs to win these fights. He needs to start taking down. He needs to take down high up if he wants to keep E4D in this match. It's only 30 cap points for E4D to lose this match. It's 10 cap points. Surely he cannot trip this match. It's 9V's game to win, and 9V advances to the finals of this group stage. E4D's eliminated. That was a really scrappy game from the start to finish, and it was now E4D dropping the ball massively down there. As I already pointed out, it was Complex Mind being caught right there, and basically it was way too deep into the fight, and I could even argue they didn't need the cap because they had the hit point advantage, and having your full health IS4 going into that spot, meaning that yes, he's full of IS4, but he was getting burned down by multiple clippers. So as we can see this time around, like, yeah, like, as we can see, like, as the scoreboard, um it was basically 9Vs every day. Every 9Vs had a lot of players doing 3K, close to 3K or 3K plus, while meanwhile E4D, with some of the players dropping a few shots here and there, especially Papa dropping the two shots in the end, was very, very fatal, because that meant they weren't able to bounce out the cap point at all. And like, yeah, like, it was not beautiful by any shape or form. So yeah, looking at this, like, Caffeine Less and the other tanks getting called C is fine because they were able to trade evenly right here. Like, it was all good until the very end. LGBT staying as long as alive as he's possible. Actually, LGBT stayed a lot longer than I was expecting as well. So that he did very, very nicely. But he was unable to stay alive long enough. Like, he stayed alive very long. But after that, Complex Mind made a big mistake, I would say, by going to C cap without any support, because both of the 50Bs are directly behind him. So, explaining this, because what all 9V can do, all 9V really has to do to kill Complex Mind without getting punished, is to go down from Complex Mind's left road, and they can basically just pin him down at C cap and force. And because where the 50Bs were for E4D meant that they can't support him directly. Um, and even the Vicus weren't close enough to support him. So as you can see, 9V instantly recognizes this, that he has no support, and instantly made a push onto him. As you can see, he instantly gets support, he gets focus, half health gone already, and like, not long before, like, it didn't take him long to be taken out. Like, that wasn't even half a minute and he's already down. Like, even Bush bounce a bit of shots here and there, that's like fine. But look at, but it was, the trade didn't went E4D's way at that point, because Complex Mind went down virtually for free. So even though they can take down Intel and the Vickers, that trade came in a bit later. But that meant the hit points already got equalized, and 9V still got a lot of clips to be unloading. Like, at this stage, the Clippers and the Crown Falcons are very, very dangerous. So they all got all three Clippers. So it was visually trades, and missing high nub. That was the game defining shots. One shot missing. One shot hit, missed, two shot missing, and that basically meant that he died. He wasn't able to unload his full clip onto the high nub. And even if he actually was able to kill high nub, Vickers would have to be scrambling for a kill, because that would have meant that at this stage, that would have meant E4D has 990 and 9V only has 940, 930 points. So that was E4D's game to lose at that point. Like, missing those two shots basically cost them the entire tournament life. So they had to really look back on that, because that was a really, really massive mistake to drop, like, dropping like that. So there was a lot of games, there was a few points where E4D could secure that there and then, but they dropped it massively. Like, I can't even quantify how massive that drop was. It was a massive drop, basically. That's what I could say. It was like, I'm adverse to describe that. Like, that's basically it. That's E4D gone. It was just those mistakes that cost them the life, the tournament life. Like, it was unfortunate, but that's how it went. Like, I'm speechless. I got nothing to say. So that concludes our games for today. It was nice to see some of those games going the way it did. Unfortunate for E4D to go out the fashion they did as well, but it was a decent show. It was a decent show nonetheless, and congratulations to 9V. They're now advancing to the next stage. How about us figure out which 8 teams are advancing to the next stage? Um, let's take a look. So, for Group 1, Feast is confirmed to be next stage. DST Group 4 confirmed next stage. HLV confirmed Group 3 next stage, and also 9V for Group 3 as well. So HLV versus 9V will be the next matchup for Group 3. DTG is secured for Group 2. It would be Acton versus RN to determine the winners, what team DTG is gonna face. But it seems like the other games might be ending sooner rather than later. No, actually, both games are still ongoing, so we'll be waiting for the result on that. But yeah, like it's pretty nice to see how things went today. Um, it's very very nice games we're seeing. Um, and yeah, nice, I guess. So I'll probably take a very quick break and I'll come back to play a few games here and there. So, um, let's see if the result came in or not. Testing. No, it's not cracking. Alright, fuck, I got played. I got played by Clan Wars Asia, guys. Bro. So, let's get some games going. Just chill for a bit, you know, as we go in.
Up and at 'em.
Alright, I guess I could live it not playing C at all. But TF2 can't get caught. If he gets caught, it's gonna be a funny situation for us. Well, I mean, I could farm off him, but I can't really farm off him. Nobody's pushing in. Either way, I'm just gonna be watching behind because that's gonna be the easiest place to watch for me. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. Yo!
Penetration.
Now this is where I want to go
Trap
forward a
repaired.
bit more.
Drive on.
They can track me again? I can pull back. Yo, why you shooting me? Should a T-54 be shooting you? Bro, why me?
Enemy hit.
Yeah!
Everybody out.
Why am I getting focused? What the hell? So 54 just ran after being there. Oh no, the 54 is still here. It didn't help me. You just sat there and watched me getting focused. Nice. Alright. Alright. If that's what you wanted, then I'll screw you off. Screw you. I'm leaving randoms. 268 in ratings. Don't like the sound of it, but we give it a go. So the result came out. It's King vs Feast in the Group 1. Dream Team DTG vs RN Group 2. Group 3 is HLV vs 93, as we mentioned already. Group 4 is G vs DST once again. So NQ7 gets eliminated. Interesting.
Вперед!
Can you not AFK in the middle?
Пробитие!
You do not have to poke that one, mate. You do not have to. All you have to do was sit tight, do absolutely nothing,
Пробитие подтверждаю.
and you won't get shot at. Same as this waffle, you have to just absolutely sit tight and do absolutely nothing. You dare poking again? I know you dare, but are you actually gonna poke again? Okay, he's not poking, he's dropping. Which means not a good sign for my team down there.
Есть пробитие.
So this E75 needs to stop getting fucked in the front. Well, probably not a good idea to get fucked in the side as well, but eh. And Waffle needs to stop bouncing. That's also something he needs to stop doing. A bruh moment. Bruh moment, I bounced that, why?
Повреждение гусеницы.
That was unfortunate. I need at least one more shot before I go down. At least.
Гусеница повреждена.
Okay, I'm happy now.
Пробитие. Машина уничтожена.
Yeah, why is Fortuno's to AFK the entire game? You're playing ratings on AFK, why? Why are you AFKing in the ratings game? Why are you AFKing in a ratings battle? This is shameless. Inactivity in battle. Have fun with your report, man. Grr. Grr. Whatever.
Бой!
Okay, at least no AFK, that's good to know. I would be tearing my hair if there's another AFK. Sir, you're in the way. I could have landed that shot if you weren't in the way, man. Oh. 57 went deep, alright. I thought he went shallow. Eh. Come on. Give me something to shoot at least. Give me something. Bro, even the T's are inside, bro. Give me something. How about you guys just push this? I know it sounds crazy, but it actually it might work. Oh, thank you.
Подтверждаю пробитие.
Do not push me if you want to survive. I will give you space if I feel like you need the space and you deserve it. Bro, you guys can't push in the same direction, man. You guys gotta push him from below as well. Push him from below. Yes, nice grill. Actually, a T doing what you guys should have been doing, man. Bro. I think that's a pen. And obviously our team just melts down without achieving anything whatsoever. Right, I forgot about how bad the teams are.
Пробитие.
That wasn't a pen. What a shame to know about. I know, Grill, you're playing Big Brain, so you're just gonna be trying to see who's the bigger brain. What the fuck?
Попадание по модулю.
Okay, screw you, man. Screw you. I'm going YOLO into you. You better not have reactive.
Есть пробитие.
Actually, you might actually be a little quicker than me as well. Yeah. Bounce.
Машина
Yeah.
уничтожена.
How did you even hit my gunner like that? This is... Bruh. Boys lose why? Because you guys don't use brain. Like, honestly, bro. If you want to win, use your brain and not push all in a single direction, man. Like, that is so simple. Just don't push in a single direction. Bruh. Yeah, it's very hard for him to win this, eh? Bruh, why am I losing rating? Why is he getting rating? How is he getting rating when I'm losing rating? Holy shit, man. Wow, it's not even my fault that they just collapse themselves. Holy shit, man. What is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? I'm losing that fight. I'm doing everything that I could actually really do, and then I get fucking punished. What is this shit, man?
Все по машинам.
What is this wargaming? I did everything that I could possibly do. What? Bro! How they even spot me? I'm not even in the I'm in the fucking bush, man. Bro! Wargaming! Just aim where I shoot, man. You don't need to take into account delay, just shoot where I shoot. Bro, I fucked myself, man.
Пробитие.
Now all you guys need to do is stop him from pushing me! I said stop him from pushing me!
Цель
Screw
устранена.
you! You guys should for your only job, man. So this iceberg needs to pull out because he's getting absolutely destroyed.
Готов. Есть
That's some
пробитие.
return for you. It would take the Yo a bit more to reload his clip. He's now behind the rock as well. So take another punt at him.
Пробитие подтверждаю.
Actually, I think I overestimated myself a bit. The 5A is also going to be coming here very soon, so I should be prepared for him. Yes, he does indeed show up there. And you
С этим
can go
покончим.
shut yourself up. Despite being one shot so early on, that's actually pretty nice. That was pretty nice despite being a one shot so early on. Now finally this looks more like it. This finally looks a bit more like it. So there's a popcorn, there's this, racing helmet. Eh. What am I getting? Oh, the 2 times, it's free.
penetration. One of our tracks is damaged.
Why have I done that? Even I can't explain it myself, so screw myself.
Enemy hit. Enemy armor is hit. We've lost our track. We're stuck here. Enemy hit. Track hit. We've hit them, but we didn't penetrate their armor. Ammo rack damaged. Enemy armor is damaged. Bail out. This vehicle has had it.
What has the Vickers like been doing anyway? Why is he still out of the fight? Why is the Vickers still out of the fight? What the hell? And also I shouldn't have fucking poked that. That was retarded. But this is more retarded, man. But literally be out of the fight the entire game. He could have easily won. We could have easily won if that Vickers was there as well. This is so dumb, honestly. He doesn't deserve a diamond badge or whatever that is. Like, so dodgy shit that he's doing, man. And imagine him. 4 minutes and he still haven't even capped anything. As a Vickers. Holy shit, man. He hasn't done any kills. I'm not sure if he done any damage at all. Like, man. How bad do you have to be to not even get a goddamn cap? Literally established they're all either fucking camping or fighting at seaside. And he still doesn't want to get the cap. Like, That already shows how bad awareness you are, man. Yeah. Yo, and now you want to go cap B. Literally after everybody rotated back with you. Amazing, man. Amazing. You can go keep spamming rotating to your quantity, though. Zero quality. Holy fuck. You spam, keep spamming, man. You won't even have any quality bigger. Yeah, keep spamming, man. Keep spamming. As if you're not life, man. You won't have any quality to tell you. You don't have any quality in ratings and will not have any quality in rating. morning. Nobody here. Bro, why nobody here? There's no titties as well. That means it's free real estate. Technically. Not really.
Enemy armor is hit.
Yes, you see that right.
Enemy armor is damaged.
We will need to push a bit.
One of our tracks is damaged.
Bro, I need to collapse this shit. How about push in? Use your speakers push in, not push out.
Track hit.
Bro, you're not even gonna speak this correctly,
Penetration.
man.
Ammo rack damaged. We've just dinged them. We've hit them, but we didn't penetrate their armor. We're immobilized. Hydraulics are down. We have to hand crank the turret. The turret controls are knackered. We can't turn it. Try rotating the turret slowly. It should be working. Bail out.
Bro.
This vehicle has had it.
Fuck me. Shut up. The E5 just sat there and pulled out. Like, why? Just use a speed boost, take one hit, and to put one shot in. So I don't have to do that, man. Like, bruh. If you just did something more sensible, that wouldn't have even happened. Bro. Jesus Christ, man. But I actually fucked that up. Hate that shit, man. Hate that I'm forced to making dumb shit decisions. Because my dumb shit teammate can't do their shit right. Nah.
Alla klara. Då kör vi.
Like, bro, imagine 25 ammo racked me. If it didn't ammo rack me, I didn't have to repair anything. Jeez. So unlucky, man.
De träffade kanonen.
Bro! Can you not let him pull like that?
Ingen verkan i målet.
Jeez. What are you doing?
Bandet är skadat. Vi skrapade knappt lacken. Vi lagar bandet. Nu kör vi! Fienden träffar.
Bro, shoot the E100, not me. Why you shoot me? He's more healthier than me. He's more dangerous than me. He's fucking kill yous, man. screw you, man. Screw you. Fuck, I'm always gonna get shot by that Jaggeroo. I'm not gonna... Actually, I might try... No, not with you here. You're just gonna be tunneling me, man.
Den gick igenom pansaret. Bandet gick av. Vi kan inte röra oss. Den gick igenom pansaret.
Fucking tunneling, man. Stop tunneling. Jeez. Everybody just shoot me when they fucking see me instead of my teammates. Like, I'm not even the more dangerous tank, man. Like, sometimes pretty dumb, honestly.
Up and at 'em. Enemy armor is hit. Ricochet. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy hit. Penetration.
Bro, you're not even trying to shoot him. Why? Oh, you screwed yourself then.
Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration. Track hit. Got him. We're done for. Everyone get out.
Like, you grill you through the game, man. You're not even trying to win to shoot that guy. Bruh. Why are so many low skill players playing with me? I dislike this man. And he's got a bump, and he's gonna kill himself. Bro, why are you shooting? You're shooting at nothing. Bro. And then just dumb. These are just dumb, man. How do you do 1K only in a TD? Bro. Ugh. Bro. Did you even get the mission done yet? I can't even get 3 racing battles win. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. I can't push into a fucking 183 because it's way too far. And there's no point allowing your team to push 183, but then your team just collapse. Like, holy shit, man. So you can't rely on team to do shit, you can't rely on them to survive, man. Holy fuck. How bad do you have to be to not be relied to survive? Jeez.
Move out.
Bruh. That one's my right side here. That snapshot though, nice one, I guess.
Immobilized. We didn't even dent them. Track fixed. Let's roll. Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration. Penetration. Lost half our engine power.
Bro, what are mediums doing? What are memes doing? Why are they not killing? Why are they letting this bloody TP go? Why? Why, mediums? What are you guys doing? You had one fucking job. Is to stop the mediums from doing that shit to me. We got 2 fucking mediums. What are you 2 doing? Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? What? Bruh. Imagine letting the TV be doing that for free. Jesus. Hell. What are T's doing as well? Are you just all dipped down then? Bruh, you guys deserve to lose, man. Deserve to lose. Jeez. Imagine giving that enemy that big of a fucking gap. Holy fucking shit, man. Absolutely deserve to lose. Absolutely deserve to lose that one. Honestly. All can drop down to bronze, man, honestly. Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking hell. Absolutely retarded, man, honestly. Bro, I'm just gonna stop there. Holy fuck, I'm actually tilted as fuck right now. From that. Bruh. Bruh, memes are just so bad in this case. Just so bad. Don't marry do 2K, they're so fucking bad. And then 183 did absolutely nothing. Why you bring a fucking 183 if you gotta do nothing at all? Like, bro. That lucky player, man. Absolutely lucky player. Jesus fucking Christ. Well, I guess thanks for tuning in. Fuck. That was not pleasant at all. Shit.